Here, walking on Market Street, getting very close to 30th Street Station. Michael Phoenix, founder and staff of the magazine. Now for the main reason why I was down here in Philadelphia today. I think it was back in December, I was noticing some very Facebook events coming up titled Feeding the Homeless by an organization doing our party collectively. Dope for sure. So I really pay attention to when people try to help their community, make other people's lives better. Well, it took until the last Saturday of January where I finally came down here because I really wanted to feature the organization and what they do. And I wanted to experience it because depending on the area you live, the homeless situation is different in a major city versus a minor city or a small town. And down here in Philadelphia, you walk around, you see what it's really like down here. So the event was at Thomas Paine Plaza, directly across the street from City Hall in Thurworth Park. And I had a chance to speak to a couple of the volunteers, and by the way, I was blown away by the fact that the organization does this and the amount of people that actually showed up for this. I was expecting 10, 20 people. I have to say it was an easy 50 today, and overhearing conversation by one of the volunteers that said 2 weeks ago when it was very cold out, they actually had approximately 150 people when it was 12 degrees outside. Now, tonight they had two parts. They had the food and they had the clothing. So they were set up at Thomas Paine Plaza, and after speaking to the organizer of doing our party collectively, and also observing what was going on, that these are people that take their own time not only to come out and try to help the homeless, but also to make the food. They take their time and their money to really try to say, you know what, we're all in this together. It's beyond words, almost beyond words, the amount of what they do. Okay. And not only, as you can tell from the photos, there's not only men and women, but they're also mothers and fathers were bringing their children out, their teenagers out here, to show them, to set a good example for them, and say, hey, guess what? If you think that our situation gets bad at times, there are a lot worse out there. I don't know I didn't have a chance to find out what pizza place it was from, but shortly before I left, I saw people walking with stacks of pizza boxes. And I thought this was going to be one of the situations where some people would show, where the homeless would be there. But that's only part of it. They actually had a team. Everybody was divided into separate teams. And they actually had a team go out and take the food out to the homeless, or to bring the homeless people here in the city over to Thomas Paine Plaza. And not only another event that I noticed that Doing Our Party collectively does was this past week on a Wednesday morning, they held signs at Thurworth Park for people trying to make their day better, have a great day, things like that. So the Feeding the Homeless, like I said, what this organization does and tries to do here in the city of Philadelphia is seriously something that every city, every town, every community needs. Like I said, we're all human beings. We're all in this together. One quick thing, I overheard a conversation by one of the volunteers saying that, where he was saying, hey, a couple weeks ago he talked to somebody who literally just got out of prison, showed up there, and he said, and the guy's like, yeah, they gave him a bus ticket and said, see ya. And that was it. And the guy's like, well, where am I supposed to go? You know, and the guy was in for 15 years. And from what it sounded from the conversation, that this gentleman was in prison for 15 years, wanted to start a new life, wanted to start a better life for himself, and he wasn't given any possible way to do it. So if there's any way you can, in any way, shape, or form, check out Doing Our Part Eclectically. Check out this organization. Look at what they do for people. All right? Look at what they try to do for people on a regular basis, whether it's the homeless, whether it's just to the smallest things to try to make people's lives and their day even a little better. And if you can, please support them in any way possible. Like I said, this Doing Our Part Collectively is an organization that every community, every city, every town desperately needs in this country and even around the world. It just to say that the amount of respect and admiration I have for this organization and every single man, woman, and child who came out, who I saw out there doing this, is beyond words, honestly. It just truly, completely, 100% amazed me about what they do, about what they try to do. They do it from the heart. They do it to try to help and make a true difference. And this is something that, especially with the media itself, we need to start doing more in this area. Every one of us is born. We go through the best and worst in life. And at some point, we die. That's the reality of it.